Hey everybody, welcome to another excellent episode of the podcast, Panic Attacking. I'm Andrew Chavone.
And I'm Steven Rogers.
It's a podcast where we talk about anxiety in a funny way. You know, we don't try to get too serious on here, even though what we talk about, I guess, is serious.
Yeah, it's just we don't know how to handle it.
That's our defense mechanism. So this great episode, I talk about the anxiety when you don't know when a night's going to end and who's going to pay for the night.
Yeah, I talk about going to the beach by myself and how uncomfortable it made me.
And we also get into another Reddit topic of when a TV show makes you anxious. What do you do?
Yeah, we also get into bad dates.
Yes, I tell two stories. He tells one. It gets pretty funny.
It was really fun. And bonus episodes for a month on Patreon. It's only $5. It's really fun. Check it out.
We posted a quick clip honoring Norm Macdonald and giving you a hint of what we talk about on their bonus. It's on our YouTube page right now.
Yes, and thank you for everyone for your kind messages about the Patreon. People really like it. You guys should check it out. Also, we are on YouTube. Go to our YouTube page. All the episodes, there's video of them. Check them out.
Yeah, subscribe, like them. We got to boost ourselves in this algorithm, everybody. And because our YouTube numbers aren't reflecting our podcast actual downloads, but no pressure there, everyone. I guess I don't know what I'm saying, but
it's an easy share. If you like the show, go on there and just share the page.
Yes, and leave us an iTunes review. We got a couple new ones, but every time we get a new one, we're going to share it on our Instagram. So keep them coming.
Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the episode.
Enjoy. Oh, links in description of everything we just said. If you go to the description of the podcast, the links are in there. All right, everybody.
That's amazing.
My heart starts beating really fast. I'm like sweating and trembling.
Me too.
Am I gonna die?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Steven Rogers.
I'm Andrew Chavone. I realize we never clarified who's starting this out.
Your eyes let me know that it was me.
Well, that was the panic of not really organizing how to start this.
We did all right. But yeah, that's a good point. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man.
Good to be back in the studio, which is your dining room.
Well, try not to pull back the curtain because it's already
it's already a little pulled.
It's already a little pulled behind me here. Yes, no, this is a professional studio. We rent it out. It's where the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, this is where "Gimme Shelter" was recorded.
I mean, it is a shelter. I asked my landlord to give me it.
Yeah, it's just $1,000 a month.
Yeah, right. It's a weird studio. They have a monthly basis with a year lease. The toilet breaks. Somebody comes.
I was trying to do "It's just a shot away."
Oh.
But I didn't want to say rape and murder.
Oh, okay. Well, thank God for that.
I mean, now it makes more sense.
Right. That was a joke because you said it.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. I sat down and everything was fine until I sat down. Okay. All right.
Oh, man. Good to see you, buddy. I'm still reeling from Norm Macdonald. We were talking about it a little bit before.
Yeah, we posted the clip. It's, we usually do these bonus episodes 4 times a month, and we just say what's on the top of our heads.
Yeah.
Unlike this show where...
It's clearly more organized and... But
we talked about Norm. We posted it. We had a great Patreon member, Helena, who asked us to post it because she was right. People were mourning Norm and wanted more content.
Tribute.
Yeah, and people that they can also relate to who are also mourning Norm. So that's out on our YouTube. Everyone, a preview of our Patreon clips.
Yeah. Kate and I went and watched Rusty Car in the Rain, his Comedians in Cars episode.
Oh, yeah. I love when he looks out the window and goes, Ralph's?
My favorite is when he does Kojak, when the green detective thinks that the murder victim's not really a prostitute, and he goes, Kojak, I just talked to her mom, and she said she was a good girl. And he's like, yeah, she was a good girl, all right. Mama's apple pie, the 4th of... She was a hooker!
If you ever see Alex Pavone out, say that to him, because me and him do that line to each other every day.
She was a hooker?
Yeah, sweet as apple pie.
That's been my life's journey since I first saw that episode, was to have that line I could do with someone.
Yeah, well, now you do. You have me and some other Canadian. So, what's going on with you, man? Anxiety-wise, what's going on?
I was just in Florida. It was...
You were Brian Regan, right?
I was with Brian Regan in Florida.
Past guest twice.
Yes, removed. And...
First cousin guest.
And it's Florida. It's not... you were just there. It's a beautiful spot, depending on where you are. And I was in Pensacola. And...
oh yeah, we did the joke on the last episode.
Diet Pensacola.
Diet Pensacola. Pepsi Cola.
Pepso Bismol. Pensabismol. But beautiful down there.
Yeah.
And the beach was like 15 minutes from my hotel.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah, and you and I had just recorded, and I had more time to kill before the sound check than I thought, and I was like, I might go to the beach.
Oh yeah.
And I went to the beach, but I had anxiety immediately as I made that decision, because I only have hotel towels.
Yeah.
And none of the stuff I have is beach.
Right.
So, and I'm going by myself, which I've never done ever.
Never gone to a beach by yourself?
Never gone to the beach by myself. Have you?
Yeah, one time in LA when I was killing time.
Oh,
but
wow.
I didn't even put on a bathing suit. I was just in jeans and, trying not to step on medical waste. So, it wasn't really enjoyable, but
Were you on the sand?
I was on the sand, but the edges. Yeah, because I took off my shoes and socks and walked around. Because I was I didn't know the LA that well, and I was like, I have time to kill and I have no money. Might as well. I heard there's, the beaches are free. And then apparently some other people who also don't have money are also living on it. But
yeah, with no shoes.
Yeah, they had hermit crab shells on their back.
Well, I go to I pack what I've got to go to the beach. I got a backpack, which you don't normally see.
No,
on
you
the
need a beach bag.
You need a beach bag. I've got 2 cans of LaCroix.
Okay.
I put that in there.
Well, that's good. That's beach stuff.
Got my beverages.
Especially if they're tropical flavored. Pina colada flavored LaCroix.
Get some mango in there.
Oh, yeah, mango, yeah.
And then the beach towels.
The beach towels that are the hotel towels?
The hotel towels. And then I take an Uber there.
Oh.
And I get, because it's only highway, 2 bridges to the beach.
Oh, when you said 15 minutes, I thought it was a walk.
No, I wish. I mean, you could have done the walk, but you can't. There's no pedestrians allowed on the bridge.
See, if I were you and it was a 15-minute drive from the beach, I would have been like, all right, I'm just going to fill up the bathtub with cold water and put some table salt on the tile floor.
Yeah, get some kitty litter.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken an Uber to the beach by myself. I would have just hung out.
Well, I did it, and because there was a guy, a fan of mine, that went to the show.
Oh, cool.
And he was like, hey, you're going to Pensacola next. Go to the beach. It's white sand.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then I get there, and of course the Uber driver wants to talk the whole time. I'm in my head, I'm like, oh God, I'm going to the beach by myself. Everyone's going to know, look at me weird.
Yeah.
And he's talking to me, and I'm just freaking out. And then I get there, and now it's time to go to the beach, and it's all 20 or 19-year-old people in big groups.
Uh-huh.
That are young kids that are making fun of everybody that walks by.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, this is...
Your greatest fear realized.
It's horrible. It's like the tables at high school, but they all went to the beach together.
Are they not wearing shirts and stuff? Like,
yeah,
they look like beach people.
They're beach people. They got dreads, and
they got dreads,
and so do I. I had dread going, and I get on the. I'm walking to the beach.
Yeah, open dread instead of locked.
So I'm walking to the beach, and I'm like walking with groups to look like I'm with them and just not talking, like because flocks of people are walking to the beach.
Yeah,
flocks of seagulls, and
that's a good friend simulator. Just following a group.
Yeah, and then I get there,
just nodding. They're like, I had a crazy day at my work today. You're like, They're like, well, did you hear that?
And I'm like, oh, sorry, I just ate something really good.
Yeah. I was thinking about ice cream.
Yeah, I was gonna go get a corn dog, but so then I get to the beach, and I didn't think about this. Where I'm gonna lay my steaks, like where I'm gonna set up
on the grill.
Where I'm gonna set up shop, my steak shop. Where am I gonna put the towel down? Because once I put it down, people are gonna be like, this guy's here by himself. And I'm like, oh God. And it doesn't help that everyone's half naked. So it just looks like I'm there looking at everybody. At least all of this is in my head.
Well, the pair of binoculars around your neck didn't help.
Yeah, and I have labels on my binoculars that say booty goggles.
You wrote a wooga on the side.
So I get there, and then I gotta roll out the towels, and they're just white towels.
Yeah, white hotel towels
that are small.
They're always super thin too.
Yeah, and they're not for anything, even drying it from the shower. And
it's the least amount of cloth that could actually go into a towel. They figured it out. Yeah. Any less cloth, it would just turn into toilet paper. One thread missing, it'll all just collapse.
It's like if my facial hair was a towel.
Yeah, right. It's not connected at all. It's towels all over the place.
Nothing can get caught in it. It's too short. It's a 5 o'clock towel. And so I put it down, and I take out my two LaCroix.
Okay.
And I put them there. And then I just got my backpack, and I'm like, this is just I felt so out of place.
You have no umbrella either, I assume?
No umbrella.
No beach chair?
I mean, I had a pop-up umbrella that you hit the button, and I'm kidding. But I just held it up. And I'm like, well, the main reason I'm here is to get in the water. Let's just go in the water. And I'm walking in, and it's beautiful water. You can see right through it. And then I'm like, oh, there's all these people in the water. I don't want to swim towards people and look like a creep.
That was your worry? I'd be worried about my phone. Just by itself under a white towel that could blow away.
Oh, it's in my backpack.
Okay. But the backpack is there. I mean,
yeah. Well, you beat me to it. I didn't realize this. Once I got in the water, there's no one to watch my stuff.
Oh, yeah. So
the entire time I'm in the water, I'm just staring at my backpack. So every time I would go under, I just shoot back up and go, still there? Oh.
Yeah. There is an honor system at the beach, but I don't know Pensacola that well. I don't know if that would apply. If there's kids with dreadlocks making fun of you, I don't know.
I mean, I heard a guy with and I'm not trying to say the whole state of Florida is like this, but I heard a guy with a southern accent say how Corona's a weapon
From where?
From Asia. So,
okay.
They're still on that page. At least the umbrella next to me was. So,
well, it's good he's treading new ground in a debate.
Yeah, I haven't heard that take before, at least not in a year and a half. And so I'm treading water, just staring at my stuff, thinking if somebody were to go through my stuff, people would probably be like, no, go ahead. He's here by himself. Let's make sure he's not up to anything.
Yeah, it's hard there. I was with my dad in Florida, and we both went to the beach. And I was like, let's go to the water. And we both got up, and he's like, oh, I'll stay and watch the stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, There's an honor code at the beach, I assume, but he just like walked down, same thing, looked at the water.
But I don't think anyone's watching the stuff. Like,
I mean, if I were, I would not take somebody's bag. I mean, I'm not a thief to begin with, but you never know if the guy playing volleyball is the bag owner and he'd tackle you. And
right, you don't know if. But I mean, like, if I'm next to a empty towel with a bag and somebody comes over and starts looking through the bag and I don't recognize them, I would probably be like, well, that's probably that person's friend or is with that person.
Yeah. Well, they probably wouldn't stop and look through the bag. They'd probably grab the bag and run away.
That's true,
and that would be unstoppable. But then I guess somebody would tackle them, I would think.
But you don't know if they're not with that person. Like, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe that's just their friend from high school, and they texted them, hey, can you grab my bag and run with it, even though I'm in the water?
And I'm going to chase you down, but, keep running.
Yeah, it's a fun game we have from back home.
Bag chase. Yeah, so that was the thing that made me the most anxious. Just going to but, like, I fought through the anxiety and went and had a good time.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, but the whole time I was like, I shouldn't go to the beach. Everyone's going to care that I'm there by myself. Everyone's going to look at me.
So it was worth it. It was worth all the stress of the bag. And
it was all worth it. And I tell Jen this, our therapist, and she goes, who do you think you are that people are going to care more about what you're doing than the beach?
Yeah.
She's like, there's like a dolphin jumping out of the water, and they're like, oh, yeah, whatever. Who's this guy?
Who's this weirdo by himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. When you're at the beach, it is... People stagger into the beach. Sometimes some guy comes in by himself, but he's meeting a group. You don't know. Maybe a group's waiting for him. It's a very social place.
Yeah, life's a beach.
It's not like when you sit by yourself at a restaurant and the food has come. Obviously, you're by yourself. There's only one place setting.
Right.
At the beach, anything just needs a guy with a towel, and then you have a friend. If I'm at the beach by myself, I just pretend I'm looking at my watch. Oh, they should be here any minute. Don't worry, everybody.
I did a little bit of that.
Oh, really?
And then I was like, I'm just going in the water. And then I would just volley back from the water to my stuff. I did it for like 2 hours.
Well, they could think maybe your buddy's in the water still.
Right. True.
Yeah, I would lay out 2 towels next time.
I did.
You did? Oh, my God.
I brought both towels.
How was the Uber ride back with all the sand?
I had to shake all the sand. There's sand in my backpack still. It's the whole thing. And there was sand in my Apple Watch. It's all over.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm covered in it.
Okay, this story is quickly unraveling into being a bad idea. Was there a pool in the hotel?
Yeah, there was people there.
Oh yeah, that's always
so
weird.
I decided to
when the hotel pool is small and you're in there and somebody else is, it feels like you're in their bathtub.
Yes.
Like it's like intimate and warm.
Yeah, like you can't not make eye contact.
No, and then what do? You just,
in
the beach, at least you look at the horizon. In the pool, you're just looking at the guy without his shirt on.
So, what does that tattoo mean?
Yeah, right. So, that mole looks bad. Did you get that mole checked out, sir?
Where'd you get your suit from? Ah, cool, H&M. So, what's going on with you? What's been making you anxious?
So, this week, I had a lot of visitors come, like my friend from LA, and Maddie had this cousin and her husband come to a show, and she asked me, she was at the Stand Comedy Club, and she said, oh, can you come by and meet my cousins? It'll just take a minute. I'm like, all right. So I get there. She had just gotten off stage. I'm like, where are they? And she's like, oh, they're in the showroom. They love comedy. I'm like, oh, cool. So then we just wait for the show to be over. We're just like sitting outside of the club, and finally it's over, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. It's like already getting late.
Mm-hmm.
Meet them, and they say, one guy, the cousin, lives in Seattle. Her husband is from Tunisia. Like he came over here.
Oh, wow.
Like 10 years ago or whatever. And then
that That's the thing where your ear rings, right?
Yeah. No, that's when you have amnesia, but you're heavier. Or you have a lot of amnesia. You have a Tunisia.
Nice Tunisia.
Nice Tunisia. So after they're like that, you guys talking to us. He's like asking about comedy, and I'm like, that's great. It was really nice to meet you. Okay, and he goes, I'm excited to continue this conversation at our next place. I'm like, next place, and then the cousin goes, oh yeah, he wants to get a drink with you guys.
Oh,
I'm like, all right. Well, it's already like
been a minute.
It's already been a minute, and it's like getting kind of late, and I have no reason to be here other than these people who I don't know.
Now you had did Maddie know about the drink?
No.
Oh, so they just sprung this on you.
They sprung it. I guess in their head, when you make plans, you all have things in your head like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the show. In their head, they were like, we're gonna go to the show and then get a drink with them.
Yeah, because we're visiting and this is our vacation.
Right.
And for you guys, it's just another night.
It's another night, right? Yeah, and to us, it's like, all right, we're gonna say hi and catch up for a second, and then we're gonna go home. But
yeah.
So then we're like, oh God, all right. We look around for a bar that's open. We can't find one, so we're walking for like 20 minutes. It's like a Tuesday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, this is really eating our hang time. We still got to get that drink. You can't just walk around looking for a bar and go, it was nice catching up with you all.
Yeah, you can't cup your hands under a fountain and go, does this count?
Right. It's raining. We just open our mouths. All right, well, that was great. I'm refreshed. So we finally find a place. We sit down, and they're like, the cousin's like, all right, let's get a bottle of wine. I'm like, all right, that's like one glass each. Okay, that's fine, I guess. How big of a bottle are we talking?
I love your social math.
It still comes out to one drink, all right? The contract is still in effect.
Yeah.
They're just drinking and whatever. And, like when you size up, like double dates.
Yeah.
So the cousins are talking about their grandma or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking with this guy who I don't even know. He's from Tunisia.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I heard they filmed Star Wars there. And he goes, yes.
Isn't that where Luke's from?
Yeah.
Tunisia?
And then I Tatooine. That's where Tatooine is.
Yeah.
Tunisia. They didn't really go outrageously far.
They didn't really change.
They really changed the name at all.
No.
They had a tattoo, yeah, Een.
And the national anthem is do 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 do.
I'm like, hey man, I love your cantinas. I heard sometimes they don't like people there, and their friends don't like people either. Is that true?
How do you guys feel now that Hutt's out of office?
Yeah. So yeah, who do you think's gonna win the Galactic Senate this year?
You guys been to the pod races lately?
Yeah, have you seen the Kessel Run?
I thought this drink was just going to be 1 parsec.
So are droids allowed in the bars? I heard one in episode 1 there weren't. Or I'm sorry, episode
3.
No, 4.
4?
The New Hope.
Oh.
When the droids try to come in and the bartender goes,
oh yeah, 4.
Bartender goes, they're not allowed. And they're just like, all right. And then that's not explained until 50 years later when the episode 1 comes out in the clones. So sorry for that weird.
I thought it was fun.
Nerd sidetrack, everybody.
Ronnie loved it.
I know some of our Star Wars fans might appreciate that one, but I'm like, so she said that he was from Tunisia. So I looked at Wikipedia while we were waiting.
Yeah.
And I saw it's in this. Like you just read the first paragraph or whatever, and it's like Tunisia. It's in northern Africa in the Zagreb region.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, that's all I knew, and I closed it. And then I was like, oh yeah, you're from the Zagreb region, right? And he goes, no, I'm from Tunisia. I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, I'm not from Morocco. And I go, oh no, I said Zagreb. And he goes, how did you know? I'm like, oh, that's where you're from, right? The Zagreb region? He goes, Yes, I've never heard an American say this. He's like blown away. I didn't tell him. I just glanced at Wikipedia. And he interrupts Maddie in the cousins convo.
He knows the Zagreb.
He knows the Zagreb. I have never met an American that knows this.
Wow.
This man is a genius. I was like, yeah. Anyways, Tatooine.
Tell me more that you know about Tunisia. I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, let me check my phone real quick because I think I got a text. And
Yeah. I gotta. What if it was one of those Wikipedia articles that somebody changed though?
Right, yeah, it's completely wrong.
It's in the poopy caca region.
It changes like as I'm going to the bathroom. Poopy poop poop.
So
I just look I look from looking really smart to looking so dumb.
So you guys are the nation that invented the croc. Croc. You know, the shoes with holes.
Yeah. No, what?
No.
Crocodiles. So, like, you know, I'm running out of material. You know,
Of course.
all I got
You're
is
stealing material.
All I got is the first paragraph, and I'm stealing material. Right? I'm plagiarizing a whole conversation.
Oh man.
And then I realize I have no follow up. All I know is he's asking me more stuff, and I go, so what brings you? Oh, he goes, I'm a big fan of comedy. I've seen it all. They would come to my country, and I would meet them. And I go, what? Well, how? And he goes, I was president's bodyguard. I'm
What?
like, oh, okay. Anyways, I'm like, so what do you do now? He's like, I am waiter. I'm like, okay, that's a weird change. Well, when did you come to America? And he goes, you heard of Arab Spring? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, they kicked me out. I had to run for my life.
Oh my God.
I'm like, great. All right, well, our wine's almost done. Can we
Yeah, let's go back to Zagreb.
can we pivot here? I'm like stuck in this
Wow.
convo, and I see like, yeah, he's like, you know, you PTSD eyes now, reliving like Last Chopper out of Zagreb.
Here you are dreading a drink with him, and he had to run for his life.
Right, yeah. I'm like, oh, this guy obviously has bigger worries. That's why I wanted to get a drink. He needs to forget all of his troubles.
Wow.
So then, you know, he keeps hinting, shots, everybody? And I'm like, oh, no, we gotta go. And he keeps talking about, I got him all riled up about the president fleeing the country.
I mean, of course.
So he's like, you know, every time he interrupts the convo of Maddie and the cousin, he's like talking about the president or whatever, Zagreb.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to the bathroom, and the cousin's like, I don't know. He's usually such a funny guy. I don't know why he's...
I don't know who opened this door of trauma. What did you say to him? You didn't look up Wikipedia, did you?
Did you look up Wikipedia? Look up a quick one topic to talk about, did you?
Didn't you? If you scrolled down, you would have saw him next to the president.
So Maddie's like, who the hell is this guy? And I'm like, I don't know. He's really
like
just really emotional.
He's like Liam Neeson of Tunisia.
Yeah, I know.
My God.
So then the whole time I'm like, you know, this wine's coming down. I got to go to bed. It's like, you know, now it's been an hour.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you just don't chug wine. You sip it and you
Right.
swirl it.
Yeah. I don't know what the swirl's supposed to make it breathe, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
I should have swirled this guy. It's going to be okay.
Sky needed to breathe. Yeah, Sky needed deep breaths.
Yeah.
So
He had some notes of trauma.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like, we kind of got the message across that it's one drink. We got to go. You know, we got to drive back to Astoria.
How'd you nail this message?
I said, he said, so next place? And I go, oh, yeah, you know, we got to get back. Parking. I think that's the universal.
That is, but it is true. Like, that's the thing. It's a perfect excuse because even if you were lying later when you try to park, you're like, there's no parking.
There's be no parking. The window for the parking is closing.
So it's always true.
I wanted to be like, hey, remember that scene where Han Solo's in the worm and his mouth closes? I'm running out of time here. I'll be stuck in the worm.
Yeah, those bats that lived inside it for some reason.
Yeah, those are the people you saw.
Those are the people trying to get spots.
Those people trying to get him. Weird ground here.
Oh, yeah.
This ground smells like somebody just ate a burrito. So finally got that across, last drink. So then, you assume these people are older than us. You assume that they asked us to the drink that they're going to pay, right? Wouldn't you think that? But then I start to get some hints there that maybe they're not the most well-off. Like it's kind of a toss-up at this point because I'm like, because they're like, oh, why didn't you visit Grandma this year? And she's like, I wanted to, but, I'm really hitting hard because of the pandemic. And I'm like, okay, so I might have to pay for this. And then she says, but I got this client recently. They going to pay me $100,000. I'm like, all right, maybe they got this. And then they said,
but I don't have it yet.
Yeah, I don't have it yet. I'm like, okay, maybe they don't have this. And then I know this guy's insane and doesn't.
He had to change his identity.
This guy paying off a debt to like the Han Solo smuggler who got him out of there. So I'm like, all right. So it's like the anxiety of not knowing what to do was driving me nuts. Like,
right.
Just the constant like seesaw of, all right, what's going on here? I don't know. They're like, I'm like, where are you guys staying? They're like, we got a hotel on the west side. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Because we got this last minute booking app where you get a big discount. All right, maybe they're not doing the good. It was literally like everything they said counteracted the thing before it.
We found a bunch of gold, but then we saw somebody else's name written on it, so we gave it to them.
They were in the water. It was on their beach towel.
But somebody tackled us and we had to give it back.
I'm trying to think of another. There was like two more examples of that same thing where I'm like, huh? What? No.
It's like when the car in the movie goes half off a cliff and it's like it's teetering. Is like in like the Jurassic Park.
The butterfly lands on the front and it goes. But then
I'm paying.
The butterfly gets up. It goes.
Yeah.
So then I finally I'm just like, I don't know. It's still a wash by the end. So I go, I'll pay half.
You're waiting to be interrupted.
Yeah. And then the cousin she says, no, I got this. And I go,
whoa,
oh, okay. Like I was offended, and I go, oh, okay. Puts down like a raggedy debit card that looks like it was.
Yeah, you've never heard of the
bank
of the company.
I'm like, do you have this?
Instead of Chase, it's Flea. We got, instead of Citibank, it's Town.
It's Unwell Fargo.
Unwell Dakota.
Unwell Dakota. Who directed Fargo again? Was it?
Oh, I always forget.
I forget too. It was similar.
Great movie.
But it was their other movie, whatever it is. Unwell, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. I messed this whole thing. I'll have to cut this out.
You're fine. So they put down the card.
Yeah, and I get it. And then I'm like, and then they're like, we'll walk you to your car because you drove. And I'm like, oh, they might want to ride back.
Oh.
That's going to eat into the parking time. They're on the west side.
Oh, and you're by the stand.
Yeah. So we
you're
walk
way down.
We all walk all the way back to the car, and the whole time I'm like, but I'm very proud of myself. Old me would have been like, get in, guys, I'll take you. Anything to get the approval of a stranger. But the new me was like, all right, this is us. We're going to go. It's still hard to do.
You
But
look like the Tin Man that needs oil.
all right. See you guys this is it. Goodbye.
Ground feel is weird.
This sound is me putting oil in my waving arm. Okay. Let me fix that. So so we'll just get in the car and then drive away. We'll just leave them there. I don't know what they did.
Still haven't heard from them.
They still haven't heard. They're disappeared. Why couldn't they just say goodbye there? But I guess they wanted to eke out as much social time.
Of course. That's my guess.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
they didn't say anything like, a lot of room in that car, huh?
No, thank God. My walking shoes are at home. This is my unwalking shoes.
This is actually be painful to walk anymore in these shoes.
If they said one in, I would have been like, get in.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're at the car. And how long did it take you to park?
It took a while. Still took a while.
Not a liar.
Not a liar, no. So before we get back into you, we got one topic to take care of on Reddit. I pulled this up. I thought this was a good one. Same thing, everyone. If you're just tuning in, people ask us to address some topics on the anxiety subreddit. This one I thought was pretty relatable in a way. User Butterfly Sly 123 says, "Does anyone else get anxious when there's someone arguing on TV or people arguing in general?" Oh man, all the time. What about you?
Yes. A big example is The Office. Whenever they had like awkward moments on The Office of like Michael saying the wrong thing, or any drama in it, I cringed. There were times people like when people said the wrong thing, they wrote it so real I couldn't look at the TV. I could not do it. I would just be like, oh my God. Like there's some episodes I can't watch.
Yeah, right. Very same. I haven't seen that show since it was airing like live, so I don't really remember. But any kind of show, same thing where somebody says something cringeworthy, I can totally put my whole body into that body. I can totally relate to saying the wrong thing, having the... in the office where they have the shaky cam pan to the coworkers and they go, ugh.
Yeah.
That's me. I mean, like, I could see their vision of those disappointed faces or judgmental faces, and it just triggers a response where my heart starts racing, and sometimes I gotta leave the room.
Yeah.
And I tell my girlfriend, like, hey, I'll be right back. And then sometimes I'm like, and she's like, where are you going? I'm like, I just need a second.
I watched The Other Two, which is on HBO. It's a good comedy. And one of the characters is trying to be an actor. Okay. And anytime he does something desperate, like they do a very good job of making him desperate and like putting himself in embarrassing situations. There's times I pause it and go, I can't.
Too real?
I can't, yeah.
Like what's an example?
There was one where he was supposed to, the latest episode, this isn't spoiling anything if you watch it, he was supposed to write a script in order to get signed with this agent. Okay. And he spends weeks he only has a week to send in the script because he said he already wrote it. And it's a feature it's a feature film. And he never writes anything. He can never figure out an idea. And he only writes the title page, and he just sends it in. He's like, I'll just... Because she says on the phone, just send what you have. And
just sends the title page?
And he just sends the title page. And then he sees her... He doesn't hear from her for like a week. And then he sees her at a party. And he starts to walk up to her to say hello and see it, like talk to her about it, and I pause it, and I can't hear this conversation. It's too real.
Did you ever watch? I would have, if I were that guy, I'd been like, oh, there must have been an error there.
Well, there's a twist, and it's really funny.
Oh, okay.
And I don't want to ruin it, but I'm glad I ended up watching it later, but I watched it a day later.
Oh my God.
I couldn't finish it. So anytime people put themselves in embarrassing, like humiliating circumstances, which is good for comedy, but it's so real sometimes. I'm like, I'm too anxious.
My example is there's a great show on Hulu by the woman who was on SNL. I can't remember the name of the show. It's like, you know what I'm talking about? She was on SNL.
Which woman?
Who's the cast on SNL recently?
Kate McKinnon.
No. Like a little heavier set.
I know who you're talking about. The show it's one word.
Yeah. It's like cringe or cuff.
It is
disgusted.
We'll get there. I can't find. It's not on. Even Googling Hulu shows, it's not listed.
Okay, I'm sorry, everybody. Let me just. Hulu,
oh wait, here we go.
Hulu comedy. Okay.
80 Bryant.
Yes, that's the name.
And Shrill.
Shrill, Jerry. Shrill. Oh my gosh, I've seen 2 seasons. I don't even remember because you just look at the thumbnails on the streaming.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, this is the show. And then when you log in, it says keep watching. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I won't. I'll learn the title later.
I won't even need to. Yeah, it's just. It's not like back in the day where you had to know the name so you could look on the TV guide and then in the back in the day when things were on network TV and had commercials, they would always say, "Shrill, we'll be right back after these messages."
Right.
You're like, oh yeah,
that's what I'm watching.
That's what I'm watching. Because they didn't have anything to let you know what you were watching back then.
Right.
Like the technology now in cable boxes where you click up, you see what you're watching. That didn't exist. So they constantly had to remind you what
show you liked.
What show you liked. And then at the end, when it was over, they're like, stay tuned to watch more Shrew next week.
Next week on Shrew.
If you like Shrew. Yeah.
Previously on
Shrill. Be all dramatic, even if it was a comedy. Oh, what am I watching? Oh, Shrill. So there was a scene where she gets set up on a date, and she's a little heavier set, and the date's a little heavier set. So she's like, "Whoa, my God, this guy thinks we're all just because I'm chubbier, I'm gonna like a chubby guy." Immediately, like, doesn't like the guy, and he's trying to be friendly, and she's like, "We don't have to do this," or something. Like she says something, and he's like, "Huh?" And then they talk a little bit more, and then she goes to the bathroom and texts her friend, "I hate this guy. This date is the worst date ever." Text it to the guy. So he's at the dinner table getting this text, and when she comes back, she has no idea. She has no idea she did this. So she's like, "Yeah, hey, how's it going?" And he's like, "What the?" He's all mad. And I had to. I don't think I've watched the show after that moment. I think I had to turn off the TV and throw it in the garbage.
I'm so uncomfortable.
The fact that she had no idea what just happened, what she just did. He is devastated probably because she made fun of him, and
oh my God.
I still don't know what else is happening.
Oh my God.
Because I've been there before. I sent you the wrong text.
You did it today before the recording.
I have like a habit of, I have to like bold people's names or something. I was like texting Maddie like, "Oh, I took your laptop and put it in the bedroom," and then I'm like, "Just in case you need it," and then you're like, "Why'd you send me that?" I was like, "Huh?"
I'm just so glad you weren't like, "Don't worry, he'll be gone in an hour."
Don't worry, I'll Lysol that seat when he's done. We're going to burn that chair anyway, right?
No, I plan on telling him we can't be friends anymore. And hey,
I'm going to tell him this is the time.
oh my God, so funny. I'm trying to think of other stuff that made me. Do you have any more?
That was the one that hit me the most. I think awkward dates in a show. There are always so many awkward scenes in a show.
Yeah.
Those always are like, oh God, I can really relate to this. You know, I think no matter who you are, as long as you've been on at least 5 dates, one of them has gone horribly. It's horribly awkward. And there's no like immediate shoot to get out of a bad date. Right. I heard of some people just leaving, like saying they're going to the bathroom and never coming back.
I can't do that.
That'd be horrible. At least I would have, no matter how anxious I am, I would be too anxious to do that.
No way. Hey, have you already told your worst date? I think you may have.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Do you think I have? I definitely know it. I have a couple ones.
I know of one was recent. I think that like you told recent. I think.
Which do you remember the gist of it? Where I got set up?
Can you give me the gist of?
There was 2 bad dates I had. Once, I had a friend who same thing was like I know my girlfriend has a friend who's single and she thinks you guys will work out perfectly. I'm like, all right. And then they hype her up. She's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then we get to and then I'm running late. Is this the one?
No, I don't recognize this one.
Yeah. You know, like, I was so anxious when I was dating. I would meet in their neighborhood because I lived in Queens and was ashamed. So I would, like, go over wherever they lived. Right. So I should have just picked, there was no in-between. Queens is in the middle of nowhere. Right. You know, like, going anywhere is far if you live in Queens. So sure. I was like, all right, whatever. If you know a good place by where you live. So she said, she lived in the Upper East Side, and I'm not really familiar with that place. Mm-hmm. So I stuck in traffic, couldn't find parking. Like every worst case scenario was happening. And I had been on like a string of dates where always I'm there on time. I wait like 10 minutes. The date says, I'll be right there. So I'm like 10 minutes late. I'm like, it's 10 minutes. I don't know if that's worth a text. Right. So I run in 10 minutes late. She goes, oh, I was about to leave. And I go, what? Really? It's just 10 minutes. That's every day in New York. It's always 10 minutes. That's true. She's like, well, not me. I'm always on time. I'm like, oh, okay, great. This is a good way to start.
Did you make fun of it? Like, did you joke to try to break the tension?
Well, I was so frazzled from just trying to get there. Yeah. I don't think I was on my game. Right. So I was like, oh, you're always on time? Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay. Can I get you a drink? And then she goes, I already have a drink. I'm like, oh, great. Okay, I'll just try to get one. And I'm like swing and a miss every convo opportunity. She was a dietitian, and I go, yeah, okay, I've been trying diets. I take vitamins. She's like, oh, I hear that every time I tell people what I do. I'm like, oh God, this sucks. This sucks so bad. I'm like in a black hole. I don't know if it's just because of her or because I started off bad.
10 minutes late.
10 minutes late.
It's like missing the train with her. Like, here's you doing well, and then here's where you really are.
Yeah, it's like, maybe things would have been different if I was on time and maybe gave her a heads up. I don't know.
What if?
What if, right. We need the watcher involved.
What if I showed up on time?
What if I showed up on time? We have a future together? So, these drinks are expensive, too. I'm like, oh, God. So I get one or whatever. I'm like, when I used to go on dates, I was like, I can't just get like a Bud Light, even though that's what I want.
Right.
I'll just get like a mixed drink or whatever.
Do you do the I'll have what she's having thing?
Well, I'll size it up. So if she gets like a tequila soda, I'll get like whatever liquor I like, which
equivalent to that.
Yeah, the man equivalent. Right.
Right.
You can't just get like.
Can I have the man version of hers?
Can I get the white wine spritzer? That looks delicious.
Great, he's late and gay.
Yeah. Always these ones.
All the good men are either
Like
gay or lay.
And constant. I can't get a laugh. I'm like, I can't get any kind of traction whatsoever. And I finished my drink. She finished hers. I'm like, you want another one? Just to be nice. She goes, no, I'm good. All right. I guess we're done here. I don't. Yeah.
Wow.
And all right, I'll walk you outside. And I walk her outside and I go, the usual go-to. Oh, this is great. You want to do it again sometime? Well, or no, I say, I don't even ask. I go, so, let's do it again sometime. Thinking like, uh-huh. She says, no, I don't think so.
Wow.
Boom. Like a cold fish slap to the face.
Yeah, which is in her diet.
Did this ever happen to you where you say, let's do it again sometime? I'm not even asking. Let's do it again. Or,
yeah,
would you want to do it again?
Yeah.
I just say, let's do it again sometime.
Wow. I don't know if I've had that. I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, I've had feelings of, this ain't happening.
You ever see? It was just saying a pleasantry, and they go, "Not gonna have this," and I go, "Oh, okay, all right." And she's like, "Yeah, it's just I like to be direct." I'm like, "Do you?"
And on time.
And on time. Well, this is gonna work out. Obviously, I'm not direct at all, and I'm not on time.
Well, and she's not. She should be a lawyer.
I should look up this person. I wonder if they've ever met their dream man. And then I saw
it shows them waiting by the plane for the doors to open an hour ahead of time.
What do you mean?
Like they're too early for the flight. They're just early together.
Oh. She keeps being too early for the dream man?
No, she's too, they're early together now. Like, they're at things before they open.
Oh.
It was dumb. Explaining it
I don't
makes
really
it worse.
understand. I thought I thought you were going for like a 2 ships passing in the night.
No, that was you guys.
No, that was one ship being late, the other one being mean.
She sunk your ship. She sunk your battleship. She's like, if you gotten here before.
Right. And, right.
Hit.
No, I'm sunk. And then I would say, like, how about this joke, miss? And then, like, maybe I avoided the friends that hooked me up.
Yeah.
Because I was so embarrassed about how bad it went.
Mm.
And when I finally saw them, I was like, did she say anything? And they were like, no, she just said it didn't work out, and you didn't say anything, so I figured it didn't work out.
Wow, that's best case scenario.
Yeah, really.
Because usually it's like, did they say anything? Oh yeah.
They dished. They dished a lot. You no good.
What's that from? That's from something.
No.
Oh man,
Seinfeld, maybe. I don't know.
That's from something.
So was the, and then the tide, maybe not tide, but up there is, I did this on stage and, or I tried it on the Panic Attacking live shows, the story where I went on maybe the 5th date and I same thing, met them by their neighborhood, drove all the way there, bought the drinks, sat down, and then she says, thanks for meeting me here. And I say, yeah, no problem. And she says, yeah, because I wanted to tell you we're not
Yes.
We're not working out at all. And I go, what? She goes, yeah, I just want to tell you in person, I'm that kind of girl where I, prefer to reject someone in face to face. And I'm like, I barely know you. It's the fourth date. Text me. I might even been the third date. And then we just sat there.
The third date is when you get screwed.
Yeah. And then we just sat there because I just sat down with the drink, gave her, and then she goes, yeah. And I'm like, cool. What am I doing here?
You know what? Give me the wine spritzer.
Yeah. Might as well get what I really want now. And I hadn't talked to this, in New York and you're dating, and maybe in real other places when you're dating, go on a couple dates and then like you don't hear from them in a while, and you're like, oh yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
This time I hadn't heard from her a while, and then she actively texts me, we should hang out. So I already got the hint. You didn't need to do all this. Maybe she just has some kind of like graph or something. All right, rejected him. Now this is complete. I can move on to this paragraph. I was so perplexed.
Very weird.
Yeah, that was the second worst date, I think.
Oh my God.
Do you have anything that can top?
I don't have anything that can top, because I didn't really have where I was going on first dates when I was drinking.
Okay.
I met my ex before I could, I think.
Oh, because you weren't 21?
I don't think I was. And then dated for a little while, so there was no first dates. And then I already knew Caitlin.
Yeah.
So
there was no first date.
There was no first dates at bars.
So you didn't do the dating rigmarole? Not even in Syracuse?
I did it pre-drinking dates. So the movies.
Okay, well those can be weird too.
I went to the movies one time with this girl. And this is how much of an idiot I am. She was like, let's go see this movie. And I was like, this movie's going to stink.
Yeah.
Why would we go to that movie?
I've had that thought.
Not getting what she had in mind. She wanted to make out the whole movie.
Oh, it was a purposely bad movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I guess it was. Or at least, maybe she's the only person that had this move. But I was like, no, let's go see this one. It looks good.
This attention-grabbing,
full
throttle from beginning to end.
Where you can't look away and it's like you're alone. And we see this movie. I think it was the attention-grabbing one because nothing happened. And then I'm like, that was great. And she was like, we didn't do anything.
Oh, she said that straight up?
Yeah, and I was like, what?
So what was that move?
She was like, yeah, we're supposed to see a bad movie and then make out. And I was like, but we went to the movies. I want to see a good movie.
Yeah, you should have asked me to a abandoned field.
Yeah, take me to the makeout theater.
Yeah, well, why does a movie need to be playing with sound to make out? But I don't know. Maybe that was the dating life of a.
They should put that as trailers for movies that they already know stink. A perfect movie to make out during.
You'll get so bored you'll make out even if you don't want to.
Don't go with your dad.
Either bring a date or bring a Game Boy. This thing stinks.
Need to do your taxes?
Just need background noise to fill the empty silence in your home? Well, rent this.
Afraid of your own thoughts? Oh, man.
I've had a similar one where, movie-wise, I did go on a date where the girl wanted to see Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore.
Uh-huh.
But I think she really wanted to see that. But I was the guy like, hey, let's make out. I'm bored on my mind. And she's like wiping tears from her eyes. And
this is a movie I don't want to remember.
Yeah. I want to walk out of this theater. I remember like just half the movie. I don't even remember what happened. I'm just like looking at her like, huh?
So funny.
She's like tapping her eye, blowing her nose. Because in the movie...
This movie blows.
This is something you can sneeze at. Let me tell you that.
It's a booger.
Have you ever seen the movie or know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
the one where this woman finds out she has cancer, but then they get married anyway somehow or whatever. I don't even know, but so it's heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
I think she actually wanted to see it, and I didn't know what it was.
Right.
I was a sheltered kid. I didn't know what movies were.
These pictures are moving.
What sorcery is this? How big are these people? They're humongous. What kind of aquarium is this for giants?
How big are these people?
They're big, and then they're gone, and there's a picture of a building. What? Are we in some kind of rotating box?
Oh man, that was hilarious. we got to end it on that.
All right,
That was amazing.
let's see if we got
Yeah,
any.
check one more.
We got nothing. Or I got nothing.
Got nothing.
All right. Well, we just tweeted it. Might as well delete this because it's embarrassing that we.
I just did a walk to remember.
I just did. Oh, you sneezed. All right, everyone. Well, that concludes our episode for this week. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us. Thank you for our loyal Patreons
Yes.
who are keeping us in the biz.
Yeah, thank you so much for our Patreon members and messaging how much you enjoy it. We had a few messages yesterday about that episode.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it feels good, and try it out, everybody. It's really fun. If you like this, like these shows that we do, there's more. So just check out our Patreon. It's really fun.
And if there's ever an episode where we have a guest and you guys are like, I just like when they talk. Well, you got another one coming where it's just us.
Yeah, you got 4 extra.
Yeah.
4 extra. You can send in suggestions of what you want us to talk about. Anything. It's Patreon. It's whatever you want. Let us know.
Yeah, and we're going to try to ramp up. I want to do some kind of live show for them. I don't know how to do that, though.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Or
We should talk to our buddy Greg Stone.
okay. All right. We'll talk to him.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. I just know that he does them all the time.
Okay, we'll ask him.
Yeah. But thank you so much, and stay tuned for the outro, everybody.
Stay tuned, everyone. Thank you.
Cool.
My heart starts beating really fast. I'm like sweating and trembling.
Me too.
Am I gonna die?
Yeah.